Hey guys, Moody Yacker here. I've been wanting to make an update for a while, but I haven't really had one. So, in the last 4 months, I have attempted to get a hold of Linn, the city of Linn, to get any kind of update at all as far as what has happened, what they're going to do to keep this from happening again, to have a conversation about what happened, why it shouldn't have happened, and what we're going to do to keep it from happening again. And I've been ignored for 4 months almost. I'm going to just say 4 months from now on because it's 5 days short of 4 months. Today, I finally got contact information for the Board of Aldermen. It's been a long and hard road trying to get hold of anyone. City Hall does not answer the phones hardly ever. You have to go up there and get anything done. I put in a FOIA request to get contact information for our government people, our aldermen and people, because I've asked for months for them to contact me, calling constantly, and have gotten nothing. Well, I got their information today, and I sent them an email just asking for someone to have the conversation with me, basically, to know what's going on and why. I explained to them that ignoring a problem doesn't make it go away. Ignoring a problem tends to make things worse. In ignoring it, they have pissed me off. They should have had a conversation with me a long time ago. So today when I got their contact information and I sent them an email, after I sent the email, I called all the phone numbers, and the ones that didn't answer, I left voicemails asking them to please review their emails and respond because I would like to know what is going on. Well, most of them did not answer. One answered, said he was at work, couldn't talk. One answered, and he cussed me out. And it was disgusting. I was disturbed by what this man was saying to me. Mr. Rick Niewald, phone number 573-694-1003. That's the number I got when I FOIA requested it. That is the number in public information. Just so you know, I'm not just giving out a phone number that I privately got. I got that from public information, so I'm going to share it. Because this man told me I should have been thrown to the ground that night. He said if he was there, he would have ensured I was thrown to the ground. He said that I should have just turned over my ID and that everything would have been fine if I would have turned over my ID and violated my own rights. That's the problem, is it shouldn't be that, oh, because you don't turn over your ID, you're going to be thrown to the ground. Who says that you should have been thrown to the ground because you did nothing wrong? I did nothing illegal. Go back and watch that entire thing. And one of his responses was that I don't actually work there. If I don't actually work there, why do I get a paycheck for going in and working there? I do work there. I was completely disturbed by Mr. Rick Niewald. That or Niewald. I'm not sure. Niewald, I believe. But then I got a hold of Mr. Robert Turner, who is also an alderman. And he had a conversation with me. We had a 20-plus minute long conversation about that being my constitutional right to not have to show the ID, and that it shouldn't have escalated because I didn't show my ID. I told him, I don't want a dime. I don't want anything like that. I want training done. I am not anti-police. I'm sorry if you're watching my videos and you think I'm anti-police, but I'm really not. I am not for defunding the police. I think they're underfunded already. Tom McDonald said it great. But the problem is where their funding is going. They need to spend more on training. And with that said, almost 2 months prior to Officer Cade treating me the way he did, on June 24th at 11:21 a.m., this is the exact message I sent the chief of police. Less than 2 months before this incident happened. Okay, here's the deal. I clean a building in town late at night as my job. On one occasion, ex-officer's name, who I believe is with another department now, so it doesn't matter to you, was sitting in the parking lot of that building when I pulled in. He hurried behind me and turned on his lights. He didn't give me a choice in presenting identification and was very rude about how he had never seen a vehicle there at night, so that's why he pulled me over. I had been cleaning it 3 nights a week for over a year at that point. That upset me, but at that point I had no idea how illegal that stop and detainment was, but now I don't know the date. That was when Bray was still in office. About a month ago, your Officer Probst was sitting at the tractor place at about 2 a.m. I was exhausted after a day of doctor's appointments, a Girl Scout meeting, and at that point was cleaning my building so I could go home. I was driving probably 30 miles an hour. Our speed limit in town is 35. That's a little clarification. And he pulls up behind me. No big deal. That is until I turn into my building to clean and he follows me into the parking lot. He turned on his lights and I volunteered the information immediately that I was here to clean. He asked me to repeat myself, which I did as I continued walking to the door and didn't pay attention to what he did afterwards. Then a few days afterwards, while I was inside the building, I saw an officer pull around my vehicle, then sit across the street until I stepped out for a second to see what was up, and the officer pulled away at that point. I follow the law. I don't speed purposely. I don't do drugs. In fact, some people close to me are plagued with being addicts, and I hate it and I hate drugs. I am not anti-police. I am not for defunding the police at all. If we defund the police, where will our money come from? Or where will the money come from to provide proper education for our officers? I am legitimately concerned that the officers are not aware that they are violating our rights. Quite frankly, I didn't want to say anything until I had proof of it happening, because in a he said, she said situation, very rarely anything is done. Unfortunately, these actions are the actions that cause law-abiding citizens to not like interacting with the department. That was my message to him 2 months, less than 2 months, before this incident with Cade. So it was clearly brought to their attention before this happened, and they chose to ignore it, which caused it to escalate to this situation with Cade. It had already been brought to the attention of the police department. They keep bringing it down to, well, I wasn't parked in a parking spot. It's a private driveway, first of all. I don't park in the handicap because you can't park in the handicap any time of the day. Whether it's open or closed, you can't park in the handicap. I don't park in the handicap. I park at a perpendicular angle to the building, or the front door. I park at an angle right at the front door. Maybe perpendicular is not the word. I park at an angle. I don't park in a parking spot. I park at the front door because I can go in and out. It's a safety concern because it is late at night. I can just go in and out. They've also said that I was just sitting there not doing anything. What actually happened was I had pulled in maybe 4 minutes prior to him pulling in behind me, if that. And I changed my shoes. I don't wear the shoes at work that I wear at home because I don't know, first of all, what germs are getting all over my shoes cleaning medical buildings. Also, it helps keep them clean just for work, so I'm not spreading dirt while I'm trying to clean. So that's one of the things I have to do while I'm sitting outside the building when I first get there, is change into my shoes. I don't know about you guys, but usually when I get to work, I usually have a few things I have to do before I can actually get out of my vehicle and go inside. I'm not usually ready to park, jump out, go inside. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys this update. I was completely disgusted with the way Rick Niewald treated me just now on the phone. But I was highly impressed with the way Robert Turner had the conversation with me. And I truly appreciate him having the conversation. If he would have done that 4 months ago, things may not have escalated to the point where I have zero faith in the town of Linn now. I have no faith at all. I've been really hurt by the way I was treated by Linn. Like, I have no desire to live in Linn anymore. The government is disgusting. Anyway, I hope maybe some of these other aldermen who I sent emails to happen to see this and they can understand. Ignoring the problem does nothing to fix it. Ignoring the problem makes it worse. If you don't fix a leaky pipe, it's going to end up exploding and making a huge mold mess everywhere. Right? So, ignoring the problem does nothing to help. And I'd truly appreciate if you stop ignoring the problem. And I'd also appreciate not being told that I should have been thrown to the ground and cussed out because I know my rights. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Sorry that I got a little emotional in here. It's an emotional thing for me. I'm not a lawbreaker. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Never even had a speeding ticket because I don't speed. Anyway. Well, I hope you guys have a good day.